Well, hi guys. You ever have one of those Mondays that you really wished you'd have stayed in bed? That's been today. It's a little after 6 and you're looking at this ground. And you're probably asking yourself, why with such great sunlight aren't you disking? Well, there's a reason. Why is the Oliver sitting here and the disc in the ground and the skid steer over here? Remember I said it, I should have stayed in bed today? Well, it's literally been one of those days. Disc is shining up real nice, but had a malfunction. That don't look right. It broke a disc frame. I broke the disc. I have never broke a disc before. Not just a little bit. Broke. Broke. Now I somehow have to get it up in the air and across the road so I can even think about beginning to fix it. I just broke that and got it replaced today. Now I break the friggin' frame on the disc. Why not? Why not? It's Monday. It's break everything day. Like I said, I should have stayed in bed today. Went to hook that up, the harrow. Picked it up with a skid steer, took it out, set it down. It hit the ground. And three of the 4 pins broke. So I had to fix that before I could even start to use it. First it's fix the Oliver, then it's fix this. Get over here, and I've been disking this. It's once over, that's 5 acres. It's 3.5 acres back there. I've got about half of it done because I have to crawl over it. It is so friggin' rough from ruts, it's unreal. I just should have stayed in bed today. Well, it had to break right in a hole. Boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, my cousin's on the way to give me a hand to get it out of here, so we'll be back here in a bit, guys, with the carnage. Never in my life have I broke a disc before. Never. Of course, I never broke the tractor before until the other day, so I guess I'm doing real good here. We'll be back in a bit, guys. Well, isn't this fun? I don't know yet. Let's think about it. Well, hi guys. By the clock on the wall, it's 9:15. Cousin came up, give me a hand. We got it over here. We had a good discussion about it, how to fix the disc. I just don't know how I'm going to do it with that engine hoist sitting out front, because the engine hoist is only 11 foot wide and the disc is 13 and a half, 14 foot. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We had a good discussion about it. It's quite literally been one of those days where I should have stayed in bed. Without a doubt, I should have stayed in bed. I ain't never broke my tractor before like that. And I damn sure ain't never broke a disc like that. I've never broke the frame of a disc before. But that ground over there is rough. Good God Almighty, is it rough. I won't. Well, I'm just calling it a day. I'm tired. Fought with everything long enough today. It's over. It's done. Tomorrow's another day. The rim didn't turn out too bad. It's got a little more green in it, I think, than it should have, but, well, you can see it there better. I don't care. It's dry. I can put the tire on it now. And the reason I didn't paint the rest of it is because you put that rim on that tire changer, it's going to rub on this, both sides, and it'll scuff up the paint. So why paint it? Just put the tire on it, do the beads, the inside, it's ready to rock and roll. Slap it together. I can paint it tomorrow. I'm probably not going to do any discing tomorrow. I really need to get that disc fixed. So I'm going to have to do a good look at it tomorrow and figure out how I'm going to fix it. That's not going to be an easy fix with all the pinholes through it where you adjust it, and then the bolt where it holds the pivot point clevis for that. So I got to do some thinking and some scrounging, seeing what kind of steel I've got, and may have to make a steel run. I don't know. But for now, blue is still sitting there. Other things take priority right now. You know, just one of those days. Well, we'll see you next time, guys. And as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Hillbilly Clover White. We'll see you next time, guys. Well, hi, guys. Uncle Bill come up a little while ago, and I had him look at this to see what he thought we could do, or the best way to fix it. And he asked me what I thought, and I said, well, to be honest, that tube needs to come off out of there and done right, you know, welded up right. Nothing half done on it. And he looked at me, he said, well, you're smart enough to know what I would do. So that's what I'm going to have to do, and that's taking those off, and then I'm going to have to take those bolts off, these bolts off, those, and undo the back and take that tube completely out of there. And he agreed that's about the only way to fix that right there. He said ideally you need to put a short plate underneath, and he asked me if I ever used this hole, and I said no. He said then use it. You know, plate it up top and bottom, run a bolt through it. And he said the best thing I could do is to put a strap over the top and, you know, plate it on the side, because he said it's, you know, it'll break there again, which means I have to make same thickness plate to go there and there, so everything's the same. The worst thing with this disc is these are 750/16 wheels, and it just does pick up high enough to get it off the ground. So I may have to look at putting 18s on it. Don't really want to do that, but I may have to. And it needs the hole right there welded up a bit because it's a little oblonged. But as discs go, it's a Minneapolis molding, but it was built by Krauss, well, however you pronounce it. And they cut really good, and they do a beautiful job of finish discing. And that's why I've always liked this disc. Put a harrow behind it, and you can plant behind this disc most of the time. But he agreed with me on, you know, the only way to do it is it's going to have to be plated, and to get it welded and done right, it needs to be off the disc. He said there's just no good way to weld it on there. So at some point in the near future, I'll be taking that tongue completely out of this disc, that center beam, and fixing it, because it's just, I might even put a piece of tube inside the tube. I don't know. Depends on, you know, what size it is and if I can actually do that or not. At any rate, guys, we'll see you next time, and as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. I say, this is the first time I ever broke a disc, literally. I've never broken the frame on a disc before, but I've never had the ruts to deal with that I have this year, so that's got a lot to do with it too. At any rate, we'll see you next time, guys, and as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And hopefully I can get this one fixed right. See you next time, guys.